September is well underway now, and take you to the shop here and show you something. Okay, the middle track is empty, so you know what that means. The engine is actually outside, and I'm actually going to be able to show you what it looks like outside in the nicer light, natural lighting that we have. I spent part of a few minutes cleaning up the middle track here of different debris that was left behind. Actually, confidential to all you other guys, and if they want to watch, I guess that's their problem. The Boilermakers, you'd think for people who get paid as much as they do, they wouldn't leave such a mess, but they always seem to come in here when the locomotive's outside and have to clean up their cigarettes. So, yeah, a little common courtesy would really help. I mean, sure, we're an organization that doesn't really pay much, but hey, you know, come on, seriously. But, you know, that's my pet peeve. I don't like smoking as it is. My feeling is, with 4,000 different chemicals inside of a little tube that you're puffing on, you may as well stick your head in the smokestack and let it get over with. Heck, it might not even kill you as fast as that cigarette is. So let that be a lesson to you kids, don't smoke. It's bad for you. But anyway, I'm going to take you outside now and show you out there. It's kind of loud in here. Okay, we got the forklift and the turntable, and here's the 1225 over here. Got the sandblaster out, because what we're doing is we're sandblasting inside of the firebox and boiler again. So, yeah, have to put the tarp over here to cover it up, all the parts that we don't want to have any sand getting on. And you can see up in here all the holes. See how much has been sandblasted up in there, and it's been painted with that stuff that is supposed to glow when it reaches 425 degrees underwater. So you can see how much more shinier that is. So we still got to put the other piece in for the crown sheet, but the rest of it is pretty well underway here. You know, it's into September and they've been starting to come in for 7 days a week now. The Boilermakers have. And here's another surprise. The firebox door has actually been cut out and finished up. They got to grind off some of that weld edges there and get that all trimmed down. But yeah, that's pretty much all finished. The back head's almost all done on the outside, and on the inside there's just this section around the door here and up at the top. They gotta finish up the flexible staples on there. That's what these long ones are sticking out here in the corner. Now on the outside here you see some more welding's been done on the engineer side too. Starting to prep the work to finish that up in the next couple weeks here. And yeah, so at the end of September this will all be pretty much a bad memory of welding and grinding and all that. See, we got still got the piece of metal welded onto the side to keep it from bulging out, but once they get probably this bottom part done here, they'll probably have to take those off so they can get up to the top there, but I'm not sure if they really need to. Still some little grinding there on for those bolts right there. We're trying to get more of this done. So yeah, the mud ring has not quite been finished yet. We still got to do the entire engineer side, well, most of it. But that's hopefully going to be done soon. We're kind of on skeleton crew for the past week here, and we're gonna have more volunteers come in. Hopefully next week or so, get that done. But the Boilermakers, like I said, hopefully want to be in here 7 days a week and get that done. It's a lot more different view when you're outside here, because you can actually see just how gray the primer is here on the boiler, and Yeah, it's actually kind of dusty at the top because, like I said, we've been sandblasting it because it got even dirtier. This part of the bottom has been left clean because there's really no openings at the bottom of the boiler for it to fall out at. Just a washout plug or two. But we haven't taken the rods off because we had to wheel outside so we could finish sandblasting. And like I said, this is the first time you've actually been able to see this. So, yeah. Hope you're happy now. But Ethan put some pictures online on his Facebook of it being outside a couple months ago. But we've actually, if you look at the top here, we've actually started the macro epoxy, that shiny black paint up there. We gotta do the whole boiler now. We're gonna work our way from the front to the back as the boiler makers finish up the welding. So that will be completely primered, and then will be macro epoxied. So let's go around to the other side and see how much macro epoxy is on the other side, because there's a bit more covering that side. Okay. See, this is the finished fireman side, and kind of shiny because of the sun. So you can see there's more gray here for the primer. And I like being able to do this because I don't need to shine a flashlight anywhere anymore. When you look up there and you see at the top a little better how much more dust is up there, because it's coming out of the steam dome, out of the top, because it's not, it doesn't have a cover on it. So it's just the sand is blowing right through the boiler, either up there or on this end out the smoke box door. And as you can see, here's the extent of the macro epoxy. So the entire smoke box section at the top has been macro epoxy on this side. Still gotta get in here. It's just primer in here, up to that point. Especially this one up here, which is the last part that we got done. This section here, in between the oiler and the steam chest, was a thick black paint, and plus a little bit of the jacketing that we're not gonna remove because we can't find any holes in it. So we'd have to take out the pipes to actually get in there at it to see the outside. But as long as it doesn't leak out, that's the smoke box, so we wouldn't have to worry much about that. We need to seal up some stuff at the top, though. You can see the oiler still has oil in it, just for the reason that when we need to move it in and out of the building, is why that's still all attached. Yeah, so you can see some of the oil drips out onto it, because this is, once you get it sloshing around, it moves pretty well, but the oil's still pretty old. But there's really no reason to take it out quite yet. Once the engine starts running again, of course, we'll probably redo all that too. But the running gear will be the next main thing, so we wheel it back inside, and hopefully we won't have a problem with that. Taking off the side, and we won't have to wheel it back out. But anyway, yeah, come around here to the trackmobile, see the front end a little better. So yeah, it's actually starting to turn the color. It's supposed to be shiny black. Eventually all this back here will be done too. Even if we do more sandblast, all we gotta do is clean off the pyre at the top, macro epoxy, wait till it dries, and then we could do it again, because it just needs, all it needs to do is have it blown off in order to get it clean. And really all we need to do is be sure that we can see if there's any problems with it before the hydro and the steam test coming up here at the end of the year. So I'm going to climb on up here now and show you just how much sand gets into here. I'm sure you've seen something similar before, but I'll do it just because. Okay, so you see the layer of sand right here. Yeah, this is really going to be fun to clean up. But at least I was able to remove the rust before they wheeled it out here the last time, and get the shop vac and get rid of all that rust before they came out here and blew it full of sand again. We got the fan on, or whoever works in there, and you can see the light heading toward the back. You can climb on up. See here's the drain for the smoke box. I was able to get all the rust out before they brought it out too. It needs a little plug at the bottom. It won't be covered until we actually start working in here again. A new table will go across the front here to hold in the spark arrestor. They're not going to put the old one back in, I guess. Well, they might use it as a template. That's really all it's good for. You can actually see out the smokestack now. See where I did the cleaning of off of the rust, so I could find any cracks or anything in that. There really is none. See a little bit of weld slag up there at the top. Yeah, it's pretty much all intact. One solid piece. There's still some cleaning here to do around the rim at the bottom where it attaches to the bell. Where all the smoke and steam collects before it heads up the stack. I should point out that this pipe here is the start for the blower. That's so it's just a small steam pipe. You think that it would just blow across in here, but it actually attaches to a piece that's at the bottom of the bell. It'll be right in here. It's actually kind of like the burner on your stove, and it allows the steam to jet through that and pull the draft from the fire and actually pull it and blow it up the stack. So that's what we attach to the bottom of the bell. And of course there's a little space in between there where the pipe attaches to this and allows the smoke and steam to commingle before it goes out the stack. So as you can see better now, this is pretty much the extent to where I cleaned to before they were out here a couple months ago and sandblasted at that time. And this is because you can see the soot here along the lining and down here on the welds and some on the superheater pieces. Now this is the original tube sheet for the front here, and they're getting a new one for the back one for the firebox, and that one's actually already done. I'll go in there now and show you that. But yeah, the Trackmobile wheeled the engine out here. Yeah, it's pretty interesting to see. If they wheel it back in the day, I'll get a video of it for you, but right now, I think they might just keep it out here for the night and watch it. But coming over here, as you remember, before they did this, the tender was on this track, and now the Mighty Mouse has moved it over here to be stored until we get the locomotive off of it. And once it cools off a little more, because it's not cool enough yet, we'll be able to keep it outside and do work in it at the same time. So you get a little perspective here of where it is. Yeah, so that's about it for that. The tender's moved over, and the engine's on that track. They're actually getting ready to put the sandblaster away over here. Come in here quickly before I end this. Tube sheets in here. I said I was going to show you. Here it is, all finished. Ready to go inside the firebox. So. Yeah, a lot's been accomplished in the last couple of weeks, and hope to accomplish more soon. Better show you this down here. Sorry for the noise again. Remember that whistle that was in here? Here's the valve part for that. It's been spray painted, so it says "Do not touch." So that's all finished there. And here's that tube with the seat on it. So yeah, that's a pretty big piece. I actually already test blew it with the air, make sure that it was actually operable. So it works. They just gotta have this piece dry off so they can remount it. All the brass will stay the same. So that's pretty much what's been going on here in the shop. So we'll see what we can do next time. Maybe in the next week or so something else will change. I'll have to get you another update. But again, here are the tubes, and we're really moving along. Won't be long now.